Namaskar, welcome to another 9 p.m. live. Now, like we mentioned, our 9 p.m. live, there is a small change. Change, I will tell you, not because of us. Change because the Shivaji Park rally has just got over. So, Shivaji Park rally is over. That is Narendra Modi, Devendra Fadnavis, Ajit Pawar, and Raj Thackeray and others. That rally is over. So, the NDA rally is over. But the UPA rally or whatever, the India Alliance rally is still going on. So India Alliance rally, which is happening in BKC, is still going on. Now, I have two teams. One team is covering the Shivaji Park rally, and I think Shashank, who is heading that team, will be joining us soon. And the second is Shubham, who's covering the BKC rally, that is the India Alliance rally. So I'm waiting for him. I'm hoping that he joins us soon. So this is the current status as far as the rallies are concerned. Now, till they join us, let me give you a brief on what exactly is happening in Maharashtra, especially Mumbai. You see, when Maharashtra started, and when this election, when Maharashtra started, especially, I will speak about Maharashtra today, a lot of people thought everything was very easy. It would be NDA game. Of course, NDA went out to break parties like Shiva Sena, parties like NCP. A lot of people, lot of NDA leaders came and told us that, listen, you know what, it's okay, we do that, ultimately we have to get a good prime minister, no, so we will do all that. So that is what they had said, and finally all these breaking and all happened. But somewhere down the line, the election didn't look as easy as a lot of NDA leaders thought, or a lot of Bharatiya Janata Party leaders thought it would. The election is not looking that easy. So Maharashtra, where Bharatiya Janata Party had got 23 seats last time out of the 23 that they had contested, they had won 23 seats, and Shiva Sena, which was with them in 2019, got 18 seats, so 41 seats, and one independent, 42 seats, which they had got in Maharashtra. Now things look very, very different. Now, a lot of people say that no, a lot of leaders who came to my show had said that, listen, 40 to we will make. That's what BJP leaders said. Congress leaders, in fact, Prithviraj Chohan yesterday, he said nothing doing. MVA, that is Maha Vikas Aghadi, which is the India Alliance, India bloc, whatever we call it, Maha Vikas Aghadi will win 30 plus seats, is what Prithviraj Chohan said. So this is the status. This is the status as far as Maharashtra is concerned. Now, Maharashtra is very, very tough. By the looks of it, it doesn't seem to be going the Bharatiya Janata Party way, which means that chances are Bharatiya Janata Party stroke NDA may not get what they got in 2019, both 42 as an NDA and 23 also for Bharatiya Janata Party. Looks difficult. It is not. When I say difficult, what I mean is that the fight is tough. Now, the same goes with Mumbai. Mumbai also, the fight is pretty tough this time around. Last time they swept Mumbai. The NDA swept Mumbai. This time around, the fight again is tough. South Mumbai, not so pro Bharatiya Janata Party. The candidate for India Alliance, that is the Shiva Sena candidate, Arvind Samant, very strong, so on and so forth. So I have done that entire series. We've gone to each and every constituency, and we have spoken to you about it, so who the leader is and what the chances are and all of that. So that, I think you can just scroll through our channel and you will get it. The point remains, the fact remains that somewhere down the line, things became very different. It is not that Bharatiya Janata Party can sweep this election and Bharatiya Janata Party and NDA can win this election. With all the breaking and tearing apart and all of that, still Bharatiya Janata Party is not very confident of Maharashtra. Now what happens? See, if Maharashtra, they are not confident, then that is going to have direct impact on the India numbers, the Lok Sabha numbers for Bharatiya Janata Party stroke NDA. It is going to have direct impact. Maharashtra, Bihar, West Bengal, and of course Uttar Pradesh, because Uttar Pradesh is the largest. The second largest is Maharashtra with 48 seats. So the up and down of Maharashtra is going to have impact for NDA in the Lok Sabha election, in the Lok Sabha overall India elections. Now the point is, chalo, if one believe that whatever they possibly could lose in Maharashtra, I am not saying therefore they will lose or not lose or something. Like I said, let us not get into this prediction game. But if they lose in Maharashtra, then the chances are the only way they can make this up is by gaining in South and gaining in West Bengal. Now, a lot of experts claim that they are going to gain massively in South and massively in West Bengal and all that. I don't know. I don't know whether they are going to gain in terms of number of seats in Tamil Nadu, for instance. Maybe the percentage of votes may increase, but whether they would gain number of seats, I don't know. Whether they would massively gain in Telangana, I don't know. Whether they would massively gain in Andhra Pradesh, I don't know. Whether they will gain as in gain one seat in Kerala, at least one seat in Kerala, I don't know. I have my doubts. So Bharatiya Janata Party, to my mind, doesn't look sweeping South and all or doing well in South. वो मुझे नहीं लगता है. I don't think it's happening. Now, West Bengal, to whatever little I know or whatever little I understood or whatever little I could gather, speaking to people there, I could understand that West Bengal too, it is not that they are going to gain massively. वो भी नहीं हो रहा है. It's a tough fight. One needs to see who is going to actually be the number one. Like some expert says that Bharatiya Janata Party could be the number one channel. I'm sorry, number one channel. What am I saying? Number one political party in West Bengal is what a lot of experts say. I don't know whether that is going to happen. I want to still believe that while they may gain 1 or 2 seats, but 17 and 22 is the number. So I don't know whether they will be the number one party in West Bengal. So end of the day, numbers aayega kahan se? Where is the number going to come from? Because most of the other north seats they have maxed out. So where is the number going to come from? So if you lose in Maharashtra and you lose significantly in Maharashtra, well, things don't look that good for Bharatiya Janata Party. So that is why all this headline and all face off rally and all that we wrote, because it's really a face off, because Bharatiya Janata Party leaders, NDA leaders are nervous. They are not very sure. They are nervous. They are putting in their best. This is as far as NDA is concerned. Now let's go to India Alliance. India Alliance, let me be very clear. For the first time, it is Shiv Sena leading the MVA, Maharashtra Vikas Aghadi, completely leading. When I say leading, what I mean by that is it is Uddhav Balasaheb Thackeray who is actually leading the show. He is leading from the front. He is actually the face of India Alliance in Maharashtra. He is the one who is taking calls. He is the one who is going and promoting, be it NCP candidates, be it Congress candidates, be it his own candidate. He is the one who is actually going and promoting these people. So it is Uddhav Balasaheb Thackeray. Clearly, there is no debate on that. And Uddhav Balasaheb Thackeray, I had an opportunity to meet him a couple of days back. Uddhav Balasaheb Thackeray seems to be very, very confident. He seems to be very confident of the numbers, and he looks a happy man. So that is as far as Uddhav Balasaheb Thackeray is concerned. Now, what has happened is, see, somewhere down the line, the fact that Shiv Sena was split, the fact that Shiv Sena MVA alliance was pulled down, if at all, the numbers go their way, if at all the number goes their way, it seems it has worked for them. You see, the fact is, if they even get a sizable number in Maharashtra, forget about getting 30 or whatever, even if they get a sizable number in Maharashtra, which is 20 plus, if they get, it's going to cause a lot of damage to Bharatiya Janata Party and NDA alliance, but it is also a very clear picture that Maharashtrians rejected politics of pulling down governments, rejected politics of Kai Dongar, they rejected that politics. It didn't go well. It didn't go well pulling down Balasaheb Thackeray's son. It didn't go well splitting Balasaheb Thackeray's Shiva Sena and taking it over. It didn't go well. That is what the message that would be obvious, isn't it? If the numbers come down, if the numbers don't come down, if it's still going to be 40 plus like the NDA or Bharatiya Janata Party leaders say, if it is still going to be 40 plus, then fine. Then everything is okay. Then there is no problem here. So that's where it is. That's where it stands. And what I will do is, I will try and take you through, like I said, I will take you through what has happened. I will also show you some snippets of what happened before the rally. Then I think by then Shashank would be joining us, who is covering the covering the Bharatiya Janata Party NDA rally. He will be joining us. We will talk to him, understand what exactly, who said what. A lot of people said a lot of things. So it will be interesting. Believe me, I'm sure you are watching our live. The live is going on. Like I told you, the NDA live is over. The India Alliance live is going on. But Shashank will come and talk to us, and I think it will be very interesting. So before we get into all that, let's get into the show, because I forgot to show you the bumper of my show. Let's get into the show, and after that, let's look at a few interviews that we got from BKC, few interviews we got from Shivaji Park. We'll start with Shivaji Park. That is the NDA rally. We'll start from Shivaji Park, but before that, let's get into the show. So as we speak, I'm just trying to get you I'm just trying to get you the live feeds that has come our way, and here this goes.
नमस्कार
दोस्तों,
दोस्तों,
live I got. Let's watch it.
नमस्कार दोस्तों, मेरा नाम है शशांक और आप देख रहे हैं HW न्यूज।
When HW began, the endeavor was to bring you factual, accurate and credible news.
नमस्कार दोस्तों, मेरा नाम है शशांक और आप देख रहे हैं HW न्यूज नेटवर्क। मैं इस समय मौजूद हूँ मुंबई के ऐतिहासिक शिवाजी पार्क के बाहर। ये मेरे पीछे आप देख पा रहे होंगे कि शिवसेना, बीजेपी, राष्ट्रवादी कांग्रेस और सत्तारूढ़ जितनी भी पार्टियां हैं, उनके झंडे आप देख पा रहे होंगे। आज इस मैदान पर शिवाजी पार्क, मुंबई के शिवाजी पार्क मैदान पर एक भव्य रैली आयोजित की गई है। इस रैली में विशेष ये है कि प्रधानमंत्री मोदी की ये महाराष्ट्र की आखिरी रैली है और ये रैली ठीक मुंबई के चुनाव के पहले हो रही है। मुंबई में मतदान 20 मई को होने जा रहा है। चलिए जान लेते हैं कि यहाँ पे उत्साह किस तरीके का है लोगों के बीच में। यहाँ पे कुछ लोग हमारे साथ जुड़ रहे हैं। भैया कहाँ से आए हैं?
मैं वो सही नाला सुपारे से आया हूँ।
और किस नेता को सुनने आए हैं, किस पार्टी के लिए आए हैं?
देखिए, मैं पीएम मोदी जी का बहुत बड़ा फ़ैन हूँ और मैंने जो मोदी जी ने विकास कार्य किया है इन 10 सालों में, मैंने एक गाना तैयार किया है, तो मैं आपको गाना सुनाना चाहता हूँ। जन जन की गूंज सुनो, अब मन की पुकार, 24 में फिर होगी मोदी जी की सरकार। चाहे जितना कोशिश कर लो हजार, 24 में फिर होगी मोदी जी की सरकार। झोपड़ी की जगह पक्के मकान किया, शौचालय घर में दे इज्जत सम्मान दिया, राशन दे पूरा किया, भूखों की मार, 24 में फिर होगी मोदी सरकार। दुनिया में बजा दिया है भारत का डंका, चोरों लुटेरों की जला दिया है लंका, राम राज का सपना करने साकार, 24 में फिर होगी मोदी जी की सरकार। गरीबों की किस्मत थी बिगड़ी संवार दिया, हक हौसला और हाथों को रोजगार दिया, गुदड़ी का लाल किया सबका उद्धार, 24 में फिर होगी मोदी जी की सरकार। चहुं ओर खुशियां हैं अब अपना ही दौर है, सारे जगत का अब भारत सिरमौर है, राजकुमार द्विवेदी जताए सबका आभार, 24 में फिर होगी मोदी जी की सरकार, मोदी 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 सरकार।
So, how did you like the song? I presume you must have loved it. If you did, please write down your comments. Let me know whether how you like the song. He can good attempt, good singer, not bad. So that is so there was a lot of fan following. Number of people in Modi and Shiv Sena, Raj Thackeray, the NDA gang was more. BKC is not as much as Modi, but BKC, I am told, my colleague tells me, Shubham tells me that we are almost, we had a good number there. Here I have Shashank with me right now. But before I get Shashank, let's just get a glimpse of BKC, and then we will go to Shashank and we'll talk to Shashank. Yes, let's get a glimpse of BKC. I'm sorry about the earlier glitch. Yeah, this is like for me, this is the first time, so I'm trying to do this production stuff. But yeah, let's go to BKC. Let's check something out.
Hello and welcome. It's the final day of campaigning in Mumbai. We are here in Mumbai's BKC area where the Maha Vikas Aghadi or the India Alliance is having their rally. Now this comes at a time when the NDA is having their own rally at Shivaji Park, some kilometers away from here. So we have a bunch of party workers from various parties. We are from the Shiv Sena, Uddhav Thackeray faction, from the Congress party and the Aam Aadmi party as well. So let's try to speak to the party workers and sort of understand what the mood is really on the ground. सर, आप कहाँ से आए हैं? ये सभा के बारे में आप क्या बोलते हैं? एनडीए की सभा कुछ ही दूर चल रही है और अभी इंडिया अलायंस की यहाँ पर सभा है।
आज इंडिया अलायंस की महापरिवर्तन सभा है बीकेसी में। हमारी ये सभा दादर शिवाजी पार्क यहाँ पे होने वाली थी, बट हमारे जो विरोधक है उन्होंने वहाँ पे मोदी जी को लाके उन्होंने खुद की सभा वहाँ पे रखी है शिवाजी पार्क में। बट उनके ऐसे करने से हमारा जो जुनून है वो कम होने वाला नहीं है। महाविकास आघाड़ी की उनसे भी बड़ी और भव्य सभा आज बीकेसी में होगी और हमारा महाविकास आघाड़ी का यही कहना है कि हमारी ये जो एकजुट है ये हुकुमशाही के अगेंस्ट है, हुकुमशाही के विरोध में है। क्योंकि हमारा जो देश है, हमारा जो ये महाराष्ट्र है, यहाँ पे जिस प्रकार की हुकुमशाही चल रही है, लोगों का आवाज़ यहाँ पे दबाया जा रहा है, उसके अगेंस्ट में ये महाविकास आघाड़ी, ये इंडिया अलायंस बनी हुई है। इंडिया अलायंस के सारे पक्ष के जो महत्वपूर्ण नेता, जो लीडर्स है, जो मेन लीडर्स है, वो आज यहाँ पे आएंगे और इसके बाद आपको पता चलेगा कि क्या झूठ है, ये लोगों के सामने आज रखा जाएगा।
So here it is. This is as far as the India Alliance is concerned, BKC, Bandra Kurla Commercial Complex, for people who do not know BKC. And here we are. We've got Shashank. Shashank, how are you?
Yeah, Shivaji.
So you're comfortable. You're comfortable in Shivaji Park. You got a chair and all. Not bad. Not bad. Acha, jammers and all are over. Have they removed all the jammers, Shashank?
Yeah, as soon as the Prime Minister left, I think the jammers were off.
So the Prime Minister was the one who was jamming everything. Is it so?
Yeah.
Okay. Shashank, can you hear me clearly, Shashank?
Yeah, I can.
So give me a brief. You've sent me a brief already, but Shashank, give our audience a brief. A lot of people want to know what happened and give us a synopsis.
Yeah, so basically this was the last rally, this was the concluding rally for Maharashtra leg of the Lok Sabha elections, and Mumbai is going to go to polls on May 20th.
Shashank, we can't hear you. Shashank, we can't hear you. Huh.
Yeah, am I audible now?
Yes.
So this marked the concluding rally for the NDA. This was the last rally, and Prime Minister Modi, along with all the leaders of the Maha Yuti, the NDA alliance in Maharashtra, were present in this rally. Large show of strength. We could say the Shivaji Park was almost full. It was overcrowded. Actually, people were there till you can see the for those who know till the Putla of Ma Sahib outside Shivaji Park. So it was completely jam packed. That is for sure. Other than that, one thing which is noteworthy is that a lot of MNS cadre was present on ground. So if I have to say, according to Karyakarta wise, after BJP, the second number of crowd was drawn from the MNS. So what we see in the Gudi Padwa rally, they tried and replicated that. So the MNS was there on ground. Interestingly, MNS is the only party which has not got any seats. They have given support without any conditions. So that is something which is interesting. Besides, if we speak about the speeches, then one interesting point that I found was that Ramdas Athawale, while he was speaking, he said that NCP and Congress were the parties which Balasaheb Thackeray opposed all his life, and Uddhav Thackeray has come together with them now. But at that point of time, Ajit Pawar was on stage. So that is something which I found very interesting.
Yes, Shashank. Please continue.
Yeah, yeah. Other than that, if you say Devendra Fadnavis, who was comparatively seen a bit mild in this election season, was seen very aggressive. One could recall the "Me Punha Yein" speech that he had made. So a very aggressive, like it was like they did not want they wanted no stones unturned. So we could see a very energetic Devendra Fadnavis. Like it is like when the boss is coming, you have to perform the best. It was like that. Besides that, when Prime Minister Modi came in, one thing which is very interesting is that he was the only leader among all those who spoke. He was the only leader who used teleprompter. Before I come to Prime Minister Modi, I would like to highlight one more interesting point. Raj Thackeray, when he spoke, as I said, MNS cadre was very excited. So probably after Modi, who got the loudest cheer, it was Raj Thackeray, without a doubt. And when he came in initially, he started off by praising Prime Minister Modi. He credited him for Ram Mandir. He already announced him as the second PM after Nehru to complete third term. So he started off by praising Prime Minister Modi, but as he went ahead with his speech, he started demanding things. He said that there are certain demands that I want to make from Prime Minister Modi, one of them being making Marathi the official language. So this is very interesting that he has his entire life, he has made Maharashtra Marathi Manus as his agenda. So he raised that on a stage where he had thousands of people in a ground of and almost every national media present in you say 50 to 60 number. So he used that stage very well. He entertained he was totally got the pulse of the crowd. So definitely, but when he went ahead with his speech, he said that PM Modi should look towards the railway, the local trains. That is actually the lifeline of Mumbai. So that is something Raj Thackeray said to PM Modi. Besides that, the Mumbai Goa highway is something the Modi government has been saying it as their USP, and something a lot of people praise the Modi government for. But he said that the Mumbai Goa highway still is in a very bad shape. So he said that. Besides that, regarding the Shivaji Maharaj, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj statue, he said, I don't know when that statue will be built between the sea, that Arabian Sea, that was being built. So he said that I don't know when that will be built, but I would like to ask PM Modi to improve the situation of the Kilas, the Shivaji Maharaj Kilas. He said that that things needs to be improved. So all these suggestions Raj Thackeray raised in front of Prime Minister Modi, which is, I think, a unique thing that generally when leaders are speaking, they are all praises for Prime Minister Modi. But here we have Raj Thackeray who has said what he wants. So that is something which I found unique. if we speak about Prime Minister's speech, like I said earlier, that he was the only leader among all the orators who used a teleprompter. So he had a separate podium, and the other leaders had a separate podium. So initially, he started off with the Viksit Bharat and third largest economy, all the national issues. He started off with triple talaq, women reservation, 24 crore people lifted out of poverty. All these points were first raised by Prime Minister Modi. As he concluded with his speech, he spoke about the bomb blast that Mumbai had seen in 2008. So while concluding his speech, he also said that while voting, like during the 2013 elections, 14 elections, he had said that when you go out to vote, you remember the prices of the cylinder and do a namaskar to the cylinder and then go out to vote. Like that, this time he has said that while you go out to vote, remember the blast that had happened in 2008, and how like we used to hear announcements near local trains stations that one should not touch any unknown goods and inform the railway officials. So when speaking about Mumbai, he very smartly, tactically, he only spoke about bomb blasts, and because one has to also know that Congress leader of opposition Vijay Wadetiwar had days ago said that Kasab was not killed by the Pakistani terrorist. Sorry, my bad. Kasab was not killed by Mumbai police. He was killed by an RSS functionary. So this was said by Congress
No,
leader
no.
of
What he
opposition
said
Vijay.
is Karkare was not killed by Karkare.
Sorry, Karkare. Yeah, my bad. Karkare was not killed by the Kasab and by an RSS functionary. So Prime Minister Modi said that while voting, one should remember the bomb blast that one had seen. And other than that, only regarding the welfare schemes, if we he also reiterated the Nakli Shiv Sena stance, the Nakli NCP stance that he had made to Uddhav Thackeray and Sharad Pawar. Besides that, while speaking on the MVA regime, he said that when MVA was in power, the MVA halted bullet train and all the infrastructure projects, the Mumbai local train and infrastructure projects were halted by Prime Minister Modi. And lastly, a lot of opposition leaders have been targeting Mr. Modi, saying that he would abolish reservation, which has actually percolated in the rural areas, which a lot of BJP leaders had said off the record today as well. While I was speaking to BJP leaders, they had said off record that it has percolated in the rural areas that if there's a 400 plus score, then reservation would be abolished. So while ending his speech, he also said that I ensured that I would not let Congress finish off the reservation and take it away from the SC, ST, OBC, and so this was a basic crux of what Prime Minister said.
Excellent. So that was nice. That was a good nutshell, Shashank. Good nutshell. I'm sure you're very tired. See, Shashank, it's very interesting, and I would like to tell my audience a couple of things. First of all, you spoke about Ma Sahib, the statue. People were there till then. Let me tell you, Ma Sahib is the wife of Mr. Balasaheb Thackeray, late Shri Balasaheb Thackeray, and it's her statue that Shashank was referring. That's number one. Number two is as far as Raj Thackeray is concerned, I remember Raj Thackeray, same time, 5 years back, was talking about Modi, and he was showing the videos. In fact, very interestingly, mine was the first video that he had aired in the same venue that you are sitting, Shashank, where he was speaking about Modi and Modi's work and how Modi's work was not good enough and how things were not good. And then, of course, there were certain ED interventions, and then of course what we saw and what he said today. So primarily that's what Raj Thackeray is, and that was what Raj Thackerays speech is. And yes, as far as Modi is concerned, as far as Prime Minister Modi is concerned, I'm happy that he spoke about development, he spoke about what he has achieved. But yeah, one has to kind of end the speech with some kind of comment here and there. But theek hai, chalo, that is how it is. I have Shubham with me. Shubham is there, is joined us. Let me just take Shubham on the line. Here, Shubham, hi, and how are you? And how did are the events over? Are the speeches over? You look very, very tired. You look completely famished. What happened in BKC and what happened in India Alliance?
Yeah. So I hope I'm audible. I'm visible. I'm currently standing
You're audible
in.
and visible. In fact, your lights and all are like as if you are in studio.
Oh God! So this is courtesy Bandra Kurla complex. I am just a few meters outside the venue where the rally of the India Alliance took place. Now this place was, like I said, in a very congested business hub, a small ground, not as big as something like a Shivaji Park. Now this was the India Alliance meeting where leaders like Uddhav, Thackeray, Sharad, Mallikarjun Kharge, Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal, and other, of course, other leaders of the party, of their respective parties, were on the dais. Now, we came here at around 5 p.m. We reached here at 5 p.m. and the cadre started coming in pretty late. It was, I think, by 5:30, 5:45. It was just a couple of rows that were filled. That too by the Aam Aadmi Party cadre. Just to give context to our audience, this was primarily a largely Shiv Sena, Uddhav Balasaheb Thackeray driven event. In fact, for our viewers, 2 months ago, I myself was at the India rally at Shivaji Park. That was when the Bharat Jodo Nyaya Yatra had finished. That was the last day, and that sort of marked the beginning of the India Alliance's campaign. Now, 2 months after that, I see some amount of difference, especially in terms of turnout. What I saw at Shivaji Park and what I saw here today. We in fact spoke to some people from UBT, from Congress, and Aam Aadmi Party. The interesting observation that I had was the Aam Aadmi Party cadre is nowhere in the picture here. The Aam Aadmi Party in Mumbai, Maharashtra, is nowhere in the picture. Their cadre was I think around 5 to 7 or 10% at the most of the total turnout. It wasn't a full house. I would say around 75-80% of the ground was full. And there were certain patches in between, even after leaders like Uddhav Thackeray came, that the ground was empty in certain patches. The Aam Aadmi Party cadre, I spoke to some of the AAP cadre that had come from Mumbai. They are from Kolaba, they're from Mahim, they're from different parts of the city. They had come here to sort of see Arvind Kejriwal. And the cadre was small, but when the ovation that Kejriwal got during his speech and when he entered, he was the last amongst the VIPs to enter. And the applause he got was really stood out for me, at least, when I noticed that. So Uddhav Thackeray, like I said, Shiv Sena UBT was spearheading this rally. Of course, it's Mumbai, it's Thane, Mumbai, the birthplace of the Shiv Sena that we're talking about. 6 seats that will be going to polls in Mumbai. 3, out of which 3 will be seeing a direct Shiv Sena versus Shiv Sena contest. So what we did is we spoke to the cadre and we sort of understood that how will this Sena versus Sena battle pan out. And all they had to say is, we know we are the real Shiv Sena. On 4th of June, everything will become crystal clear. So at least in Mumbai, the cadre was very clear that it's Shiv Sena's cadre is with Uddhav Thackeray. They are with Uddhav Thackeray. They will ensure that candidates like Anil Desai, candidates like Arvind Sawant, and of course in Mumbai Northeast, there's a Shiv Sena candidate as well. Sanjay Dina Patil is his name. So that is what we largely picked up. Uddhav Thackeray, of course, he was the first to give the address. He targeted Prime Minister Modi. He said, this is the last time that Prime Minister Modi will be coming to Mumbai as Prime Minister. He called it, he referred to demonetization and said that how the Prime Minister did demonetization. On 4 June, we'll see demonetization. I hope that makes sense. That is what Uddhav Thackeray said. Besides that, he, of course, took jibes at the Eknath Shinde faction of the Shiv Sena, Gaddars, traitors. And this is the recurrent theme that we had seen over years now play out ever since the split in the Shiv Sena happened. There was Sharad Pawar, of course, the grand old man of Maharashtra politics, present at the venue. He came in during Uddhav Thackeray's speech. He too spoke, and he spoke about the need to defeat the Bharatiya Janata Party to preserve democracy. Tejasvi Yadav was supposed to come here. He couldn't make it. Instead, there was a video message that played. And while Uddhav Thackeray was speaking, there was Arvind Kejriwal, who walked in to a huge round of applause. So the interesting part, what we did is, me and my colleague Amina Ansari, we were here and we sat inside with the audience when Arvind Kejriwal was speaking, with the audience, especially where the Shiv Sena cadre was. I was pretty interested to see how they react. The large recurring theme of Arvind Kejriwal's speech was about his time in jail, about how the opposition is being crushed in India, and how Yogi Adityanath, the Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister, could be replaced and Modi could retire once he turns 75 next year. He spoke after Uddhav Thackeray finished his speech. And even the Shiv Sena cadre, I could see, especially the women, when he was talking about an emotional time in jail, where he said that he didn't know whether he would come out. He spoke about the fact that he will have to go back to jail once his interim bail ends on the 2nd of June. That is, Kejriwal has to return to Tihar jail. Even the Shiv Sena cadre sort of acknowledged it, and even the jokes, a little bit of humor that he was trying to crack. The Shiv Sena cadre too responded. Of course, the AAP cadre was there buzzing, but even the Shiv Sena cadre sort of appreciated, and especially when Arvind Kejriwal said that once this election is done, if Prime Minister Modi returns to power, all opposition leaders, including Uddhav Thackeray, will be jailed. So that was the message that Arvind Kejriwal largely talked about. And following Arvind Kejriwal, it was Sharad Pawar who spoke, and now, in fact, as we were exiting the venue, it was Mallikarjun Kharge who was completing his sort of speech to the people gathered here. Sujit, one last thing before I pass on to you is the turnout. I see a huge difference in terms of the turnout here. Like I said, it's a small ground. It's not the MMRDA, usual MMRDA ground, which is quite huge in size. That place is occupied because of a bullet train construction. So there's a nearby smaller ground that was, I would say, 75 to 80% occupied, largely with the Shiv Sena cadre, a little bit of Aam Aadmi Party, and of course the Congress, and then the Sharad Pawar-led NCP. That is one thing that struck out compared to when I had been to Shivaji Park and the turnout I saw there. In terms of sheer numbers, if I had to just glance or just make a pick, I would say that this was slightly lesser turnout than what even some of the leaders or what even some of the lower rung leaders were expecting in terms of people who would turn out. It's a weekday, the last day before campaigning. Tomorrow, 6 p.m. is when the polling or the final polling period begins of 48 hours before Mumbai votes on Monday. So the vote, the turnout of the cadre is something that it stood out for me as I was continuing to speak to people from across parties, even the Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party. Sujit.
Okay, Shubham, superb. I want to discuss with both you and Shashank. Shashank is on also live with us. So Shashank, both of we all, I want to discuss the actual impact. How are people reacting? What does it look? Who are people going to vote? Let's discuss all that. But before that, I need 2 minutes exactly. 2 minutes. A, I have to play a small promo. B, I want to take one of the pre-event interviews, that 1 minute interview that Shashank had taken. So let's do both, and then I'll be right back. Give me exactly 2 minutes.
When SW began, the endeavor was to bring you factual, accurate and credible news. But as you know, running a channel costs money. If you like the stories we bring to you, do consider using the super chat feature in the comment sections and clicking the heart and dollar symbol. Pay an amount of your choice and support independent journalism.
So I'm going to show you another clipping.
शिवसेना जो कि मित्र पक्ष है बीजेपी के साथ, उनके भी कुछ लोग यहाँ पे जुड़े हैं शिवसेना से। आप नहीं एक नहीं ठीक है, मैं समझना चाह रहा हूँ कि 400 पार ये अभी मुश्किल नहीं लग रहा है क्या? क्योंकि जिस तरीके की
मुश्किल नहीं है, आसान है। पहली बात तो मोदी जी ने जो काम किया है वो आज तक पंडित जवाहरलाल नेहरू से लेके इंदिरा गांधी तक या राजीव गांधी तक कुछ नहीं। लेकिन ये जो राहुल गांधी जो बक रहा है, जो हिंदू को भगाना है, उसको बोलो खाली एक आवाज दे के, खाली बम्बई में एक आवाज दे के दिखाना कि बम्बई से हिंदू को भगाना है। तो उसको मैं मानूंगा कि तू सच्चा खानदानी बच्चा है। आप मेरे को एक बताइए,
क्या भगाएगा मुगलों?
इतना उम्र हो गया अभी तक शादी नहीं किया तो हिंदू को क्या भगाएगा?
हिंदू को भगाना है, दिस इज द नरेटिव अगेन। वी आर स्टिल इन हिंदू मुस्लिम era, and I think except for हिंदू को भगाना है, मुस्लिम को भगाना है and all that, I don't think there is much more that one talks about when you speak to a lot of people, especially from the Bharatiya Janata Party. And Shashank, I want to ask you, what is the spirit? How does it look? First of all, let's get some basic questions answered. Shashank, what were the number of people that were there in Bharatiya Janata Party or NDA rally?
It was totally a houseful show, as I said, that whatever the capacity of Shivaji Park, it was completely full. I think it is around 4,000, around 4,000, 3,500. It was completely jam-packed. So definitely full house show.
And what about you, Shubham? What are the numbers that you talk about? What kind of crowd was there in?
So it will be tough to put it in absolute numbers in terms of percentage. If I see it's a small ground, like I said, 70 to 80% of the ground was packed. And once Uddhav Thackeray and Arvind Kejriwal finished their speeches, a large chunk of Shiv Sena UBT cadre and the Aam Aadmi Party cadre left. That was when Sharad Pawar was speaking. He was on stage and he was speaking. By the time Mallikarjun Kharge took stage, the turnout or the crowd reduced slightly further. So out of the total ground, if it's a small ground, I would say 70-80%. It was not houseful. Unlike what Shashank mentioned at Shivaji Park, compared to Shivaji Park, this ground is pretty small. But even this ground wasn't full.
So great. So what the first point we can conclude is there were more turnout for NDA versus turnout for India. That's the first point I wanted to make. Now tell me, what is the kind of spirit that you saw within the NDA, Shashank? Were they high spirited? Are they confident to win? Are they looking at a 40 plus seats in Maharashtra?
Firstly, as I said, that it was a full house, so a lot of credit goes to MNS, like I said earlier. So they were able to bring in their cadre on ground for the rally. Other than that, like you said, that Hindu, Muslim, and all these things that is bound to happen, because Prime Minister's speech also included vote jihad. So that is something which you get to hear a lot over here. Like whoever you speak to, three things are very common in their speech. Is that 370? Then you have vote Muslim ko theek karke rakha hai, and then you have the Ram Mandir, obviously. So very much the issues are very clear. Not much of Mumbai.
So, I'm just showing a comment, guys. I'm just showing a comment from Mr. Dipankar Gautam. I think Mr. Dipankar Gautam has been trolling us for some time. Why do you, why you sell out to Congress and all is what he was asking. But even Mr. Dipankar Gautam here says, "Aayega to Modi hi, chahe 200 se aaye." So that 400 par, even I think people who are hardcore trolls are now kind of, moving away from the 400 par story. It has now 400, it has come to 200. That's what the scene is. Tell me, Shubham, what is the mood in the India camp looking like?
Right. So if we speak about the cadre on ground sort of gelling, that is something that I saw previously at Shivaji Park, and I saw today as well. That has happened to some extent when the cadre themselves are speaking to each other, understanding, backing each other, and that I got a glimpse of that support. I saw a glimpse of that support today. And while in terms of the topics that were raised by the leaders, it was largely on Prime Minister. Uddhav Thackeray directly spoke that after 4th June, he'll no more be the Prime Minister. So that was the language, the tone and tenor that the leaders had taken. And that's something that clicked with the crowd as well. When the moment, I think Sanjay Raut, it was, he made a statement that Prime Minister Modi will be turning 75, and he said that after 75 there's something Kejriwal also talk about, that you sidelined Advani, and the same rule should go to Prime Minister Modi, and that's something that really at least a certain section reacted to that, to the fact that Prime Minister Modi will be turning 75 next year, and perhaps we could see a change of guard. So those were the largely issues. Uddhav Thackeray also spoke about the charge that the BJP puts on him of abandoning Hindutva, abandoning Bal Thackre's ideology, and abandoning the core values and ideals of his father. He had a strong response to that, and the reply was very simple: that if I have really shifted away from Hindutva, if I've really gone away from everything, why is the cadre still with me? So that's how largely the speech went. It's about saving democracy. Even Tejasvi Yadav, Akhilesh Yadav, in their video messages said the same thing: saving democracy, putting an end to what they call a dictatorship. So these are the large issues that were picked up. The cadre was, of course, when you speak to them in private, when you're on camera, you tend to go out of your way and defend your party line. When you speak to them slightly off camera, they're still optimistic that the India Alliance will win. But the manner in which they project it on camera, of course, then slightly changes. One thing is clear, that the Shiv Sena is very clear that Mumbai mein to we are going to win. 3 seats is what the Shiv Sena is contesting, or the 4 seats, and 3 of them will be seeing the Sena versus Sena battle. So they are very clear that that's Mumbai, 6 seats in Mumbai, lock, stock and barrel. It's with the Shiv Sena, it's with the India Alliance. 2 of them are with the Congress. One is Varsha Gaikwad and the other is Bhushan Patil, who will be facing Piyush Goyal in Mumbai North. So that's largely what I picked up, Sujit.
So basically, we showed what happens we showed some interview with the audience in Shivaji Park. Let me just spend one more minute to show an interview, Shubham, you took in BKC. I'll just take 1 minute and show our audience that. Then,
sir, आप कहाँ से आए हैं कि सभा के बारे में?
I am Tamil Nadu, South India, senior leader Congress Party, 50 year. आज ये मीटिंग के माध्यम से ये इंडिया आघाड़ी का सारे मेरा पक्ष का अध्यक्ष करके साहब और सीनियर लीडर महाराष्ट्र का नाना पटोले जी और मुंबई कांग्रेस कमेटी प्रेसिडेंट वर्षाताई और हमारा उद्धव ठाकरे साहब और शरद पवार जी सब यहाँ पर आने वाला। लेकिन निश्चित हमारा कांग्रेस का सीट 400 आएंगी डेफिनेटली, और मुंबई में 6 सीट और सब सीट कांग्रेस और इंडिया आघाड़ी जीतेंगा। और ये मोदी साहब को यहाँ से कर भेजना जरूरत हो गया, क्योंकि पापा साहब इंडिया कंसोलेशन के इसने बोलता जाति खोल के बोलता मीटिंग में, मैं सत्ता आने के तुरंत उसको रद्द करेंगे और आरक्षण भी रद्द करेंगे बीजेपी आने का। ये मोदी साहब और ये अमित शाह दोनों बोलेला पापा साहब का ओरिजिनल में कार्यकर्ता होने से मोदी जी अगर ये चुनाव के बाद 4 तारीख के बाद ये बात बोलना तो साउथ इंडिया में उसको किधर भी मैं मीटिंग करने की नहीं देंगे। हम लोग पापा साहब का ताकत है और इंडिया आघाड़ी और प्राइम मिनिस्टर राहुल गांधी बनता है, उसमें कोई डेफिनेटली नहीं है।
Okay, so that was very spirited, Shubham. Where is he? Where was he from? Tamil Nadu? Was he?
He was from Tamil Nadu. Yeah.
Achha.
Yeah,
Come down for this
he
rally.
was from. Yeah.
Achha, tell me one more question I wanted to ask you guys. Did you find any so-called paid viewers, paid audience in the rally, Shashank?
By the looks of it, definitely nobody is going to speak on camera, but definitely there were people, like we had people who had worn a shawl of MNS and flag of Shiv Sena. So you automatically come to know that these people are not aware what is happening and what is not.
Okay, so there was a lot of people like that?
You can say 10% or 5%, 6% of the entire crowd.
Achha.
5% of
Shubham? He's going
Like
down.
Shashank said,
Shashank, one second. Shashank, you started with 10%, and 5%, then 6%. He's being very realistic, which I really appreciate. We don't exaggerate things. So yeah, absolutely. Shubham, tell me, did you see any paid audience in the India Alliance?
So like I said, I agree with Shashank that it's tough to make out, and people sort of don't, of course, agree on camera that. But the ground where we were, so there was, say, like a 10-20% buffer area which was empty, which was slightly empty, and it's after that the chairs were put up. So you could see some people hanging around with the party flag they are not aware about, having their snacks, having their bail around, and just knowing that, okay, if a party leader is speaking, everybody's clapping, that's my cue to clap. So you could spot a few people. I'm not sure, because given the overall turnout, I'm not sure how much of this would actually feature. But yeah, of course, like any political rally, it's not just restricted to Bharatiya Janata Party or the India Alliance. You could see some people just hanging around right at the back, wearing a party's flag, and then just applauding when they realize that some leader that they're actually there for has made a good point.
Okay. I'm going to put you guys into trouble. I'm going to ask you I'm going to ask you to stick your neck out. Tell me, based on this rally, if just based on this rally, what do you think will be the outcome? Do you think Congress will do well, or rather Maha Vikas Aghadi will do well, or do you think Yuti will do well? That is your Sena, Bharatiya Janata Party, and NCP will do well. Who will do well?
I think Shashank can go first. He can stick his neck.
Shashank will go first. Of course, he's raring to go. By the way, let me tell you, I can feel it. Yeah, boliye Shashank.
No, by this rally to judge the thing is very difficult, because there were people from across Maharashtra, not just from Mumbai. So judging this crowd, and you don't know how.
I'm asking you to judge for Maharashtra, and Shashank is turning complete politician. Skirting answers. I mean, this is unfair, yaar. I'm a simple question. Kya lagta hai? What do you think? Who do you think will do better? Shiv Sena or BKC? Sorry, India Alliance.
India Alliance.
Sorry, what am I saying? NDA or India Alliance?
No, definitely there is going to be trouble, because even BJP functionaries come to you and ask you कि ये seat पे कैसा लग रहा है, what is the situation on this seat, which is actually unlikely of them. Generally they come and tell you. When you go out, BJP people come and tell you कि अरे इतना आ रहा है. This time the difference is just before joining this live, somebody came to me and said Shiv Sena mein Arvind Sawant would be there, because Yamini Jadhav versus Arvind Sawant is going to be a very tough battle. So somebody came to me and asked me. So BJP is not very sure this time in Maharashtra. And one more thing that I would like to add, apart from your question, is that PM today visited Chaitanya Bhumi as well as Savarkar Memorial. So which is very interesting, that he wants to keep both the vote bank very secured. Ramdas Athavale reiterated this, and so they are very much worried of the fact that reservation thing would be abolished if that 400 par is going to happen. So definitely BJP is playing, you can say, on back foot at this moment in Maharashtra.
So here he stuck his neck out. He said BJP is playing in back foot. Shubham, now your chance.
So he's clearly avoided the numbers though. So he'll still say, but okay. I think I
You're right. No, we will force him. Numbers. Yeah, he's right. Shashank, numbers has to be there. Yeah, you can't just avoid numbers.
No, giving a number at this point of time, I think it would
be... Oh my God, here you go, politician. No. You have to give numbers.
See, it is going to be 50-50.
You mean 24 for MBA, 24 for... He's being very safe here, 50-50. So, quick problem. See, okay, let me, Shashank, I'll make things safe for you. See, let me tell my viewers, this is just a indication from whatever we have been seeing on ground. And believe me, Maharashtra, we've been on ground. We have been to almost, not all constituencies, but we've been to major constituencies. In fact, Shashank was almost stationed in Baramati. He went and did a major tour in Baramati. He now can do research in Baramati. He's hoping to write a book on Baramati now. So yeah, a lot of us, we've been in. I think Shubham, you went to Vidarbh last week.
I went to Bid, Marathwada. That's
Bid,
Marathwada.
sorry, yeah. So Shubham was in one end. I had gone to Marathwada. Shashank has been to Baramati and Western Maharashtra. So we have seen on ground. So what we are telling our audience is that listen, this is what we think. This is what our understanding is. What we saw on ground is what we are guessing. So there is no. I mean, we don't want to put any numbers. Prediction, again, like I always say, prediction is just for discussion's sake. There is no credence to it. Shubham, but all said and done, now your chance to predict. Chalo, what do you think is going to happen?
So I think I'll take this piece by piece. I'll take this region by region. First, what is coming up on 20th, that is the Mumbai metropolitan region, Mumbai, Thane, Palghar, that area. I think the two seats in Mumbai where the BJP is contesting, where I feel it has an edge, is Mumbai North and Mumbai Northeast. That's an area. Mumbai North is of course said to be the safe seat for Piyush Goyal because of the large number of Maharashtrian and Gujarati voters that have been voting for the BJP. And Mumbai Northeast as well. Mir Kotecha is something because of the work he has done as an MLA and now coming up as an MP. So I think out of the 6 seats, those 2 seats is something where BJP has an edge. In the seats where there is, of course, and then there is the seat which is BJP and Congress, Varsha Gaikwad versus Ujjwal Nikam. There, I feel Varsha Gaikwad has the edge slightly. You never know. It's parliamentary constituency by parliamentary constituency. Ujjwal Nikam, Advocate Ujjwal Nikam, he has been fielded by the BJP. That constituency could go either way. So that's 3. And then the remaining 3, that's South Central, Mumbai South, the 2 constituencies, I think. And Northwest, of course, where we'll see a Sena versus Sena battle. There, I think it could be slightly in favor of the Uddhav Thackeray faction. You go to Thane, which is, Sujit, yours and mine, I think the favorite seat to discuss about. That seems to be more in favor of Uddhav Thackeray compared to Eknath Shinde, which is basically his home turf. Rajan Vichare seem to have an advantage. If I have, say, I think 6 seats of Mumbai plus 1 of Thane, 8. Kalyan Dombivli is the chief minister's son, where I think he of course has an edge being a sitting MP, and Palghar, which the BJP has taken from the Shiv side. I think that's around 9 constituencies. I would see that the NDA, 2 of Mumbai seats and 1 of Kalyan Dombivli could go with the BJP and the NDA. The remaining seats, in especially Sena versus Sena battles, I really don't want to stick my neck out completely, but I say it's advantage Uddhav Thackeray.
So 6 out of 9 for Uddhav Thackeray, and that is the Maha Vikas Aghadi, and 3 for NDA is what you're saying.
Could be perhaps if you took a look at 9 seats, 6 of Mumbai, 7 of Thane, 8 of Kalyan Dombivli, and 9 of Palghar. I think BJP, there are especially Piyush Goyal seat and Mir Kotecha. I think that's something that the BJP is banking on. Kalyan Dombivli seat looks to be strongly in favor of Shrikant Shinde, who is the son of Chief Minister Eknath Shinde. And I think if I include Palghar as well, that makes it 4 seats, 4 out of 9, and 5 2 perhaps.
You can't get away with this. You have to tell me overall number. Maharashtra, what is your
No, Maharashtra, I think, of course, again, I'll reiterate for our viewers that this is a rider. This is not, you need to be really careful when you really stick your neck out in these situations. I would answer it slightly differently. 22 plus 18, if I'm not wrong, was what the NDA won last time. So, Shashank, you can correct
23
me.
Plus 18. 23
plus 18, that's 41. The NDA, I believe, will come down because one thing, like I said, Shashank went to Baramati. He picked up some inputs on the crucial seat. When I went to Bid, I traveled via Jalna, Bid, that stretch. What is happening is each constituency has a story of its own. It's not a wave election that Maharashtra is one state that the BJP is going to sweep or the India Alliance is going to sweep. Each constituency has a story of its own. So in Bid, Jalna, it's starkly divided on the basis of caste. It's OBC, which is the BJP candidate of Pankaja Munde, and the NCP candidate who's the Maratha. Bappa Sonavane, he's the NCP candidate. So there are each in Thane, which is the chief minister's seat. In Baramati, it's Pawar versus Pawar. It's every constituency has a story to tell. One thing I can say with slight degree of certainty. I'm wrong. I may be wrong. I may be proved wrong on the 4th of June. But BJP, the NDA, as the Maha Yuti, won't be able to match up to their existing tally of what they crossed earlier with the undivided Sena. So 41, I think they'll come down. And then that remains to be seen as to how much of it can India alliance really capitalize on. If I have to again really before Sujit, you grill me and ask me to put a specific figure, I would say the Maha Yuti, including the BJP, Shiv Sena, Ajit Pawar faction, somewhere around 30 35 perhaps. 35 is again the upper limit. 30s I think would be what a lot of people would put their base limit to. And then the rest is up to India Alliance. And again, there are a couple of seats where the Vanchit Bahujan Aghadi, which is not with the India Alliance, that is also going to play up as a factor. So if Prakash Ambedkar wins one seat, that's of course one down from the India's tally already. So
you are saying 30 for
30 for the NDA. I think that's 20. I would say at 30 is what I would pick as my base for NDA.
So listen, Shashank is smiling away. I don't know whether you can see him. He's smiling away. He has said you can see him. So he said 24 for NDA, and you are saying 30 for NDA. This is the figures that you guys are saying. Shubham, I completely agree to you. The wave is lost. There is no wave which can actually where we can actually sense that there'll be some huge numbers coming in, and that wave is lost in Maharashtra. The numbers, I don't know what exactly the numbers would be, but yes, there will definitely be some. This time around, it is not going to be like before, which is absolutely clear. Guys, I know you guys are tired, and I just want to have two more questions before I end this live. One is, do you see the sympathy wave that is so spoken about, the sympathy wave for both Uddhav Thackeray, and do you see that sympathy wave for Sharad Pawar on ground? Shashank.
See, how BJP has countered it, I would tell you that. Like Prime Minister has continuously reiterated that it is Nakli Shiv Sena that has not really taken ahead the ideology of Balasaheb Thackeray, and they had actually distanced themselves from Balasaheb Thackeray's ideology. And Shinde and Raj Thackeray are actually the ideological hire of Bal Thackeray. So this is how the BJP is dealing with it, and at the same time, they are also kind of showing it as a common man, a farmer's son is now the chief minister. So that is how the BJP has countered it. But definitely, what I feel that completely it has not. Definitely, Uddhav has that sympathy wave with him, but BJP is trying to counter it with, you can say, nationalism, Ram Mandir, then the Hindutva ideology. Like in previous rally, only Raj Thackeray said that Muslims are giving fatwas for Uddhav Thackeray. So the core Hindutva-vadi voter is said to be, by the BJP, is saying that the core Hindutva-vadi voter has now distanced themselves from Uddhav Thackeray. But at the same time, you have the SC, SC, OBC, Muslim voter, which is now kind of totally with, and also the Vanchit factor that Shubham mentioned. I don't see it on ground because the UBT and the NCP and Congress alliance has given a proper representation to what you can say SC, ST, backward class. So I don't see the Vanchit factor working too much on the ground. Definitely, Akola seat, which Mr. Ambedkar is fighting, that also I say that it would be a very strong battle that he has to fight, because he has also lost election earlier.
Shubham, what is your take, Shubham, before we call it a day?
The sympathy wave is something that we've been speaking for about 2 years now. It's 2022, June 20. In fact, this the coming month will complete 2 years of the Shiv Sena split. June is when the Shiv Sena was split, and July 2023 was when the NCP split. It's been 2 years, 2 years of this whole party breaking and government changing, new deputy chief minister, etc. The important thing to note is so far we haven't had a solid electoral test as far as this sympathy wave is concerned, something that could give us an idea as to how this sympathy wave is really panning out. when you speak to people, again, based on my limited experiences, when you speak to people, especially the Shiv Sena voters, it's Bal Thackeray is, of course, the common part between the two factions, and it's about Hindutva and whether the inclusive Hindutva, as some UBT leaders put it, as their style of Hindutva, compared to what Shiv Sena, led by Eknath Shinde, practices. I, in fact, I'm equally keen to see how the sympathy wave pans out. We've talked about it a lot, but whether it actually translates into ballot boxes, again, not a sympathy wave that would be across the state, where Uddhav Thackeray or maybe a Sharad Pawar would see people sort of rallying behind them because of whatever has happened. Of course, you cannot discount the fact people still tell you about. In fact, we spoke to one NCP member of the NCP Sharad Pawar faction. She said that Ajit Pawar, the man who got all of his political clout and whatever he got in his political career was thanks to Sharad Pawar. And when somebody like him leaves the party, it just shows that you don't value what that person has done for you, what he has given. So in discourse, in conversations with people from the cadre, that still remains an issue. But whether it actually translates into votes, and if it does, I would really be keen to see how much of it or how many constituencies are such that are affected by this sympathy wave. Like we just said, Sujit, this is not a wave election where one or two factors could determine the fate of the entire state. There are a lot of factors at play. So more than the sympathy wave playing out, I would like to see how many constituencies does it play out. Does it just play out in Mumbai? Does it just play out in Thane? Does it still click in Marathwada, Vidarbha? So that is something that I would really, honestly, I don't want to end up saying something wrong or something that I haven't spoken to people about. But that would be my answer, that since there is no electoral test that we have seen in the last 2 years since both these splits happened, it's very difficult to judge on the basis of numbers. That's something that we really rely on. What do the numbers say? So that electoral test we haven't seen. I would like to see that. Of course, it will be one of the factors, one of the many factors in the 48 constituencies that are up for grabs in Maharashtra. But I would like to see in how many of these does the sympathy wave actually really matter and actually plays a major role in people going to the polling booth and pressing either mashal or the bow and arrow, or actually pressing the ghada and actually pressing the tutari. We saw some reports I read about some voters in rural parts of Maharashtra who really wanted to vote for Sharad Pawar, but the muscle memory works in such a manner that you end up pressing the ghada, which is basically Ajit Pawar's symbol. So those things are also coming up. I would really put it at that, Sujit.
Yes, great. So, guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I will spend 5 minutes more to conclude everything that you said and my point of view. 5 minutes more, and then we will end. But before that, I want to play a promo. And
when SW began, the endeavor was to bring you factual, accurate, and credible news. But as you know, running a channel costs money. If you like the stories we bring to you, do consider using the super chat feature in the comment sections and clicking the heart and dollar symbol. Pay an amount of your choice and support independent journalism.
That was our promo, guys. And okay, now just to conclude, 3 minutes. One is the fact that today's rally was NDA game. NDA did perform better on ground than what India Alliance did. But then, of course, the Prime Minister was there, Raj Thackeray was there, and a lot of top leaders were there. So therefore, yes, it was an NDA's game. That being said, as far as sympathy is concerned, there is definitely sympathy for Uddhav Thackeray, for Sharad Pawar that we see on ground. Shubham says he is not very sure how much will it translate to votes. I believe it will translate to votes. But then, of course, any one of us could be right there. But this is our point of view. And in HW, we have a different point of view and promote that. So that's the second part. The third part is definitely we all agree, all three of us agree categorically that NDA may not end up doing as much as they did in 2019 in Maharashtra for sure. And last but not the least, what I would also like to end this show by saying that, listen, if the numbers are lesser this time around for NDA, which state is it going to make it up from? Which means if the numbers are lesser for NDA in Maharashtra, one wonders which other state will they be making up those numbers. So that's where we will end this show. Thank you so much for watching us, and we will see you tomorrow with our bulletin. Till then, see you. Namaskar.